Hello, everybody. Welcome to Old Tales of Nevada, past and present. Glad to have you with us for another episode of the show. Today, we're going to be talking with Larry Elliott, one of the great musicians right here on the Comstock and also in Reno in northern Nevada. So stay tuned. We'll be back with the whole story right after this.
Hi there. I'm Roy Marshall of the Marshall Mint in Virginia City, Nevada. I'm proud to announce that our 7-ingot set honoring the V&T Railroad is now finished.
That's right, Roy. These beautiful 999 silver ingots celebrate the engines from the world-famous V&T Railroad and honor Nevada's sesquicentennial. These limited edition treasures can be purchased only at the Marshall Mint in Virginia City, Nevada.
Or visit us at marshallmint.com to get yours today.
Get the Charter Spectrum Triple Play. It's more than meets the eye. With over 200 free HD channels available, it's the most HD you can get. Instant access to over 10,000 on-demand movies and shows. Plus the Charter app for live TV that jumps to mobile devices in any room. All that for $29.99 a month. Switch to Charter Spectrum Internet. Faster than the speed of WOW. Take off with 60 megs of speed. Bandwidth that lets multi-people multitask, stream movies, play games, watch videos, and share vines all at once. No slowdowns. Shazam! For only $29.99 a month. Just call 877-959-1634. Then pick up Charter Spectrum Voice for unlimited local and long-distance calling. And catch this. No drop calls. Stuck in a contract? Charter pays up to $500 to get you out. Charter Spectrum TV, Internet, and Voice, $29.99 a month each. Call 877-959-1634. See for yourself. Call Charter today.
Spring arrives at Boutique Elegante. The fabulous colors of spring, all in denim fabrics, but with accents on color, color, color. Of course, sweaters are a must. The newest color block in soft weaves. Influenced by the rainbow, beautiful little dresses, gaucho sets, the blending of fabrics to create caprice sets. Exquisite fashions for your tropical holiday, a special dinner, or the opera. You'll find all of this and so much more at Boutique Elegante.
Welcome, everybody, to Old Tales of Nevada, past and present. I'm John O'Brien, the host of the show. And with me, as usual, on the other side of the set there is our good buddy, Roy Marshall. Roy, welcome to the show.
How you doing, Johnny O?
Good to have you with us today. And our special guest and a friend of the show is Larry Elliott. And Larry, we want to welcome you to the show.
Yeah, welcome, Larry.
Yeah.
Always good to see you
before too, though.
Yeah, you've been here in parts, different ways before, so we look forward to our conversation today.
Maybe I don't remember.
We're going to be focusing on music today, both in the Comstock and down here in Reno. There's a great legacy of music history between both places, and we're going to explore all of that today and where Larry fits into that scenario. But as usual, we'd like to go to you, Roy, because you, Roy, is going to tell us why we do the show. We're up to about 193 episodes, something like that, and we have a mission for the show, and it started many years ago, but we're still working on it. And you, Roy, tell us what it's all about.
Yeah, our mission and why we do this show is, perhaps as you know, all of us make a mark in this world in our lives, and some bigger and some maybe not so big. But all of that is a history of an area, and our state of Nevada has a very important history in the state of the United States, but not too many people know that after the Civil War, the country was totally broke and would have been taken over by France, Germany, and England if the Comstockers wouldn't have come through with about $8.5 to $9 million, which really was the start of the United States of America.
Huge money.
And that's why the state was made a state, and that's why it's such a very important historic place in the United States of America. But there's only 17% private ground, 83% public. So it's all for you guys to go out there and enjoy.
Yeah, that's right. It is there to enjoy, for sure.
Yeah, that's what it's there for.
Yeah. So you're up on the Comstock. You're following the legacy of many of the early people up there doing some mining.
Mining, minting, refining, and
selling.
And selling.
Yeah, absolutely. At the Marshall Mint.
Yep.
Tell us where the Marshall Mint is located.
Marshall Mint, it's the first place on your right as you come into Reno, or the last place on your left if you're coming from Carson.
Yes, 96 North C Street.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there you can find that 7-piece set, ingots, which represent
beautiful
what?
Railroad, the most popular B&T railroad locomotives, And we're doing one now on the wild horses of Nevada, which have a special place in the heart of Nevada, but they're going to have to put them somewhere where they can survive.
Yeah, they're working on that, by the way.
They're trying to work on it. We're working on it, yeah.
So you can get the ingots up there, you can get gold and silver up there right in the Comstock, you can get estate jewelry and all kinds of other stuff. It's very cool.
This 10-ounce gold bar, not very big, but you can quickly see that this is 10 ounces of silver and this is 10 ounces of gold.
Yeah.
And,
mind if I hold that for several years?
There you go. Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah, 10 ounces, that's worth about $13,000.
Yeah.
Not too shabby.
Yeah.
So,
well,
and if you're really a good guest, Larry, we may give you a piece of that. If you can bite it off. Yeah.
Whatever I can scrape my fingernail.
Yeah. So thank you, you.
I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll pay you a silver bar for doing the show.
Oh,
there you go.
This will go in my special.
He better be good. He better be.
That's pretty good.
Well, listen, Larry, welcome to the show.
I'm ahead of the game already.
You are. You
yeah,
should
so
have a
he's
big
making
smile
money
on your
just sitting here.
Yeah.
Or making silver, rather.
Yeah, we got to know Larry some years ago as we got involved up there in Virginia City with you, Roy, and camel races and other things that were happening there. And ever since, we've been close buddies, and we've had you on the show. You had your own little production that we, exposed to the populace a few months ago.
Yes.
And what was the name of that again?
That's right, the Lincoln Highway Review.
Lincoln Highway Review. And what an act it was. It was hard to follow that
We
act.
kept trying to get you in there, John.
No.
You know,
Yeah.
I see
I know you always
possibilities.
say that. You always say
Good
that.
speaking voice,
Yeah, that's what you tell me. all the
handsome
time.
gentleman.
You're a real schmoozer.
man of experience.
But anyway, we're here to talk about music today. And how you have been involved with music, but all kinds of music. In fact, you're probably one of the few people in our area that would have a reputation as a one-man band, right?
There's so few of them left, yeah.
Yeah. You play a lot of instruments. Just give us a few of the instruments that you play.
Oh, I play fiddle, banjo, guitar, harmonica, piano, foot bass, and with the drums inside of the machine and everything.
Yeah, and you have a setup where it's all connected.
Yeah, pretty much. Some more connected than others.
Yeah.
And,
That's right.
and I know a ton of songs. Been learning songs since I was about 5 years old.
Yeah. How many songs do you think you can remember by memory?
By memory.
By memory.
One at a time.
One at a time. No, we interviewed a gal up there on the Comstock in Virginia City. She was at the Gold Hill Hotel, and she had the Guinness World Record for most songs remembered by memory.
Oh, yeah.
Remember her?
I remember that.
Remember that? Yeah. So you got to be close to that.
Well, close enough.
Yeah. Where are you from, anyway, Larry? Give us a little bio.
Born in Minnesota, immediately moved to California, and then grew up in the Mountain View area, near Moffett Field.
We're in Minnesota.
St. Paul.
St. Paul,
Oh,
Minnesota.
I'll be darned.
Yes.
Very nice.
Lucy, my dad, and most of my family comes from there.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I always say the smartest people from Minnesota are the ones that leave.
They left.
Especially this past winter. It was terrible up there.
Oh,
Went to
Yeah.
Texas.
So you were a musical family all the way through? Is that the deal?
It was my mother's parents. They came from North Dakota, and of course, that's even worse country up there.
Yeah.
So everyone kind of played something.
Well, there was nothing else to do.
My grandmother played drums, a little piano. My grandfather played fiddle. My dad played a little piano. So did my uncle.
Yeah, gets a little lonely up there. You have to have some kind of hobby, I would suppose.
On a Saturday night, you're not going to get a band to go through all that snow, to come out to a little town.
That's for sure. So anyway, you wound up in Southern California, is that right?
No, Central.
Oh, Central
in the San
California.
Francisco Bay Area.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then you got involved with the movie industry and television, I understand?
Music first. It was my mother's idea, and then I've been playing guitar for about 2 weeks, and I decided to form a band.
Oh, nice.
Which the skill level is kind of like if you have
Acid rock.
Yeah.
Well,
Is that
acid
what you
rock.
guys were doing then?
It might have sounded
Actually,
like
it
that.
was the tail end of the folk music period,
Oh, the folk music. Oh,
which was
okay.
an awful lot
Simon
like Virginia
and,
City
Garfunkel.
stuff. Sure.
Yeah. So how did you get to Nevada? What brought you up to here to Reno?
Well,
Or is that where you originally started with?
no, I've been playing down there. We have a saying in the Bay Area that there was 10,000 bands and 100 jobs, and so
Yeah, that's
Yes.
the way it is in that business.
So a country western band that was going to Jackpot, well, first Ely and then Jackpot.
Sure.
You know, they said we need a bass player, so I jumped on board. And then the band dissolved in Jackpot, and across the street was a show playing, and so they needed somebody. So I was in Jackpot for 8 weeks.
No kidding.
Which if you
You were 8 weeks in one weekend.
I'm telling you.
No, that was quite the place back in the old days. Jackpot was.
It was rocking.
Because all the folks from Idaho,
That's right.
where they couldn't gamble, would come down to Jackpot
And
right
the
across the
Jack Mormons
border.
and all.
There, too.
Yeah, and they get some
Yeah,
headliners.
they brought
up there.
Phil right out back too. That was drew a lot of them.
Oh,
from,
yeah. You know, one of the best
Utah.
things that was happening, it was hunting season, you know, and so down at the bottom of the hill they had the ice house, and they had a stack of deer skins that they just strip off, and nobody wanted. And so I got myself a pile of that stuff, took it back to San Francisco, and I've still got some of that left.
No kidding, yeah.
Yeah.
Wonderful. So how did you get into Reno? What brought you then to Reno? The same thing? There were jobs, so you just decided to move to the big city?
It was almost like a fortune was tapping me, you know, to come back to Nevada. It was funny, the first time I came to Nevada, there was a huge lightning storm that followed me all the way from Reno to Wendover.
How about
I mean, this is
What kept you moving?
Jehovah, you know, slamming down. I'm going, well, somebody thinks I ought to be here.
Yeah, that get you to start praying.
So how long have you been in Nevada now?
I've been here 41 years.
41 years. So
Yeah.
you must like it.
Yes, I do.
Yeah. What is it? What is it that keeps you in Nevada besides music? But
It's a place where a man with an idea and a little energy and entrepreneurial skills can move forward.
yeah,
Easy
we always
whiskey.
say that.
Easy whiskey too.
Easy whiskey. But we always say that.
Always enough to around anyway.
Yes.
Keep you happy.
Yeah, keep you happy. There you
People are really happy in Nevada.
Oh, yeah.
But it's true about Nevada. What you're saying is entrepreneurship flourishes here. It still does. It's fairly easy to get into business. There isn't a lot of regulation from the state as far as what you do. So,
Well, you know, in
There you
Virginia
go.
City, you know, I've got a ton of stories, but the first jackpot I ever got was when I was 12 years old. We'd come to see the Ponderosa up at the lake, and we came
Right.
down here.
Right.
Walked into the Bucket of Blood. And There's nobody around. And I looked at this wonderful machine, all shiny and everything. I put a quarter in, and I won $2.50.
it did at 12 years
That
old.
went in my pocket, and I was out the door. Later, I told someone that said, "You're too young."
What happens in Virginia City
Yeah,
stays
you
in
didn't know
Virginia
that.
City.
Yes.
That's for sure. So Virginia City became a big part of your life, actually, as a lot of your work is up in that area.
Sure.
And you are up there doing a lot of special and you've learned a lot about the history of the Comstock because of it, I suppose, right?
I've learned a lot about people.
Just people, yeah.
Like we were
all
talking
over the world.
before, the first place I worked was the assay office, which
Which
became
is now the Marshall Mint.
Marshall Mint.
96 North Street.
That's
C
right.
Street. First
Yes.
place on your
Yeah.
right, last place on your left. Okay, go ahead.
And the thing that I learned was that playing the whole song is not necessarily a good idea. And
Yeah.
I would stand at the door, people would walk by, and I learned this from another entertainer up there. I would announce, I would stop the song and say, for the next 5 minutes, we're giving a free cocktail away to anyone with a Costa Rican driver's license. And of course, there's nobody from Costa Rica. Thank
And
God.
all of a sudden, Cesar showed
No,
up.
he wasn't there.
Oh, he wasn't there. Okay.
It was mostly Italians, Germans, and English that would walk by.
Now, we're going to take a break here in a moment, but being up there as much as you were, I think you have a feel for what people would want to hear as far as music was concerned, and they probably asked for some of the historical types of music. So as we come back from the break, I want you to be playing one of those pieces of music. Can you do that for us?
Oh, sure.
All right, so we'll be back with more Old Tales in Nevada, past and present, and Larry and you right after this message. If you're a fan of Old Tales in Nevada, past and present, we are proud to announce that now you can purchase any of our past episodes on our new website, talesoftnevada.com.
That's right, these stories of our great Nevada history are now available to you on DVD. Over 180 individual episodes featuring the people, places, and stories that have made us all so proud to live in this great state. So get yours today, A Piece of Nevada History. Visit talesofnevada.com.
At Harry's Quality Cars, the 500 vehicles in stock speak for themselves.
Most of us have one owner car fax reports.
We all have warranties. I have very low mileage.
I'm the prettiest car in stock.
I'm muscle-bound and ready for the hills.
Harry's Quality Cars, local and family-owned for over 40 years on Kitski and Gentry and on South Virginia Street. Harry's cars really do speak for themselves.
Drive one of us home today!
Shoeman's Custom Cycle with a biker's bike shop. From the new Santa pipes to custom renovations, building ultimate machines is our reputation. Feel the performance, experience the power. From chrome to leather, the selection doesn't quit. If it wasn't done to Shoeman's, it ain't. Shoeman's Custom Cycle with a biker's bike shop.
We've invested billions to bring you the most advanced network in the nation, Charter Spectrum. Get the most HD anywhere with Charter Spectrum TV. Over 200 high-def channels available, 10,000 instant on-demand choices, and the Charter app to watch live TV anywhere at home on your mobile devices. Just $29.99 a month. Call 866-517-6150 now. Charter Spectrum Internet accelerates you to incredible speeds. 60 megabits per second, 20 times faster than phone company DSL. Just $29.99 a month. And Charter Spectrum Voice delivers unlimited calling with none of the phone company's extra fees or taxes. Just $29.99 a month. Charter Spectrum. More free HD, faster internet, unlimited calling, and no contract to sign. Just $29.99 a month each. Call 866-517-6150 now. Charter Spectrum is here.
All right.
Pretty good.
We're back here on Old Tales of Nevada, playing one of the tunes.
Yes.
That they played in the mining camps, right?
Yeah, absolutely. There was no electricity, so it had to be loud.
Yeah, it had to be loud.
Yeah.
And then you had the old washboard. Was that one of
That's
the
it.
original pieces of music there?
They'd use it Saturday night for playing and Sunday morning for washing.
washing those fancy shirts from the night before. And the tambourine was also used in those days, too?
Oh, tambourine's been around forever. Actually, that's how the banjo was originally designed, off a drum and a tambourine.
Oh, no kidding.
Except they eliminated.
Well, you're pretty good with that banjo.
Well, thank you, sir.
Yeah. Now, what kind of banjo is that? Is that typical of what would have been played?
That's a good
Yes, because they hadn't invented that fifth string, with the claw style that is so popular now.
I see.
Yeah.
I see. You were telling me this is about a $4,000
Yes.
piece of music
Yes, and
equipment. Wow.
What would that be, from the 70s or 80s? Or
yeah, this would be from the 80s. Yes,
From the
Yeah.
80s?
Wow. But very similar to what they used back there in the mining camps.
absolutely.
And that music was very typical of what you'd hear at Piper's Opera House, the mining camps, in the bars, all those different places,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Accordion, I suppose, was part of the deal.
Yeah, because
back
it was so portable, and as you mentioned, even a harmonica would be around.
Yeah. Oh, a harmonica, sure. Why not?
Yeah. Or the old wash tub bass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, I've seen you play all those instruments about the same time. You know?
He does, boy. He really
Put the
gets
cymbals
after it.
on my elbows. And,
Yeah, it's pretty fun to watch, actually, to get all that done. So, music in the Comstock was a big part of entertainment. I mean, that was it back in those days. You had to make your own entertainment. And so from those early days, music continued to be a big part of the Comstock's entertainment with the Piper Opera House and
Yes.
and so on and so
But
forth.
also,
Even to today.
Hugh Roy mentioned the Whiskey Factor, and actually, doing my research for my album, The Songs and Legends of Virginia City, I found that any good miner was worth a free drink on the way to work.
Is that right?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, because
that's the problem.
Yeah.
well, the steam, the
so
cold,
hot,
Sure.
everything down there. You need something to brace yourself.
Yeah. So even in the 1900s, like 1950 and in those times, music continued to be a big part of what happened up in Virginia City. We know about the Red Dog, which Lauren owns up there, and how that was a big part of the hippie movement up there, right? Remember?
Oh, yeah.
Down in Silver Springs is where they were at. Boy, they had that one bar there with the
Silver
chickens in
Springs?
there and those roosters. And
Yeah.
you remember they get wild as hell.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
that was
Yeah.
in the 60s, though.
Yeah, in the 60s. Well, Janis Joplin, I mean, she was up there at the Red Dog. That's really where she got her start.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
And what the Brothers Band up there? What was the name of that?
Big Brother and the
Big
Holding
Brother
Company.
and the Holding Company got
Yeah,
up there.
yeah,
But a lot
yeah.
of the psychedelic music was played up there at the Red Dog and into the surrounding area. And that became so popular. People from San Francisco used to come up there because they could do the drugs and everything. And what happened in Virginia City stayed in Virginia City.
Yeah.
Did you know that?
Well, I'm sure a guy be sitting at the bar and say, "I'll have what this guy's having." You know?
Then the rest of the day is who knows, right?
Yeah.
So that was quite the time. And then Bonanza, the TV show, went up there. And again, that theme song is iconic, right? The old
Everybody
Bonanza.
goes, Bonanza.
Yeah, I imagine you get requests for that all the time.
Well, I slip it in my my little medley with Ghost Riders in the Sky. You know, used to play that all the time downstairs at the Silver Lane, looking out that window.
Right.
And I'd tell them all about when a storm would come over those mountains and play that song.
Yeah, pretty amazing.
It's awesome, man.
Yeah,
that view out there.
So from Virginia City, then, and with the casinos now coming into vogue in Reno, that music moved from the Comstock, I suppose, down into the casinos.
Sure,
in Reno.
they set the standard. Old Pappy Harold, you know.
Yeah.
You know, and I used to call them the casino kings.
Yeah.
You know, Joe Mackey out in Winnemucca.
Yeah.
You know, you
talk about entrepreneurs, huh?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They tried everything.
You know, one thing that I've always been curious about, being, having known this whole area and the Mother Lode so much, that you think there's much involvement with the Comstock and the Mother Lode boys over there? Of course, there was a ways to go back and forth, but the Mother Lode towns are pretty close together.
I mean, California. You're talking about Northern California.
Yeah, it starts at Highway 49 at Sierra City and then runs
Placerville,
all the way down
all
to
that.
Bullion. Yeah, the Mother Lode, the California Mother Lode.
Yeah, that they would have some connection.
It was the same period.
Oh, sure.
And I have a lot of pictures of bars that were over there. And I always wondered, I have several pictures of these guys playing violins up above the bar, but I've never seen any way for them to get down again.
Get up and they can't get down.
You don't take a break in Virginia City, by the way.
You forgot about that part.
You don't take a break in Virginia
But I
City.
would imagine there were troops of entertainers that would go to the mining camps in California and then come over to Virginia City and back and forth
I bet they did,
through Pipers or the bars or whatever.
Well, especially after the gold ran out after the 49 rush, where are you going to go? Well, I hear there's a little place over in Virginia City. Let's go over there.
Yeah, well, and they had the theaters there, and it was fairly well paid to be an entertainer there. So we had some, Al Jolson was up there for one, and before that we know there was some major entertainers that used to go through Virginia City.
Mark Twain went through there?
Yeah. So from the Comstock then down to Reno wasn't a big stretch for the casinos to have entertainment down here and to bring in musical shows. Was it Mr. Urey used to have that place out on 4th Street? What was that? Rainbow Lodge or not Rainbow Lodge? What was that down out there? That's where they had the first floor shows.
Oh.
Yeah, and dancing girls and all that kind of thing. It was out there, and there was hot tubs and pools and all those kind of things. We interviewed Mr. Urey on that. I can't remember the name of the resort, so we'll find out when we come back off the break. But the casinos had a lot of free music, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, did you ever get involved in that as a tyke? This must have been the 50s and 60s, right?
Yeah.
When the lounge acts started to become real popular?
Oh, tremendous. I
Yeah.
mean, and it spread to Vegas as well, because of like your Louis Prima late night. It was very hip to, to go see a show like that.
Yeah.
And of course, Pappy Harold was just way into that.
Was he? Yeah.
Give him food, give him entertainment, and everything else will pay for it.
Yeah. Get him in the building, and
That's
then
it.
the gambling part would take care of it all. But give him the cheap buffet and the free entertainment.
That's it.
Yeah. So, did you get a chance to work some of the lounge acts?
Yeah, I worked at the Harold's Club up in the little Silver Dollar Showroom.
Oh, sure. Uh-huh.
I was the opening act for Helen Forrest.
Oh, neat.
Helen Forrest.
Yes.
It doesn't ring a bell with me, but it does.
It was before your time,
I
buddy.
think it was.
No, Helen Forrest was a big band singer in the old days, and she went with I can't remember the trumpet player. I always want to say Dorsey, but I think it was
Tommy Dorsey.
Really? I think it was the other guy.
One, yeah.
Yeah. And a very, very nice lady. I learned a lot from her.
Yeah. And who else did you work with? A notable.
Oh, I worked with the Smothers Brothers.
You did?
Oh yeah, funny guys. Oh,
they're a neat show.
Yeah, were they up in Reno a lot in those days?
Oh yeah.
That was a big stop for them, huh?
Yeah.
Did you ever work the Mapes Hotel?
Yeah, I did up on the top floor.
Yeah.
Yep. I worked up there opposite old Al Bello.
Uh-huh.
Now Al Bello, this is before your time.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Al, one of his favorite gags was he would see a table about 25, 50 feet away, and he'd take his golf club. He always did his jokes, and no cigar. He had his golf club, and he'd do his jokes and the dancing girls. Anyway, so he'd set up his golf ball. He'd point to that cup, and then he'd chip it, and it would land right.
Wow, right in the cup.
He was that good, huh?
He was that
very
good.
Wow.
My goodness.
Amazing, yeah. Did you besides doing music, you do card tricks and things like that, don't you?
Yeah,
a little magic.
Exactly. That's how I
when the singing wasn't going too well.
That's right.
With the jokes.
it was the show I was on the road. A couple guys did comedy. The dancing girls, the girls sang. One of the I was singing. During the dance sets and everything. But so one of the girls said, "Well, why don't you do some magic?" So I became the Amazing Elliott.
The Amazing Elliott.
That's right.
That's right.
You remember how Jackie Gleason used to have the three dancing girls say, "He's wonderful. He's charming." Jackie
I
Gleason.
do remember that.
Well, we tried that with the two dancing girls. Said, "He's wonderful. He's charming." And the Japanese singer says, "The Amazing Idiot."
No.
Instead of Elliott.
I have to let my producer know my timer went out, so I don't know where I'm at on time here. But we will hopefully still have time in our segment. But what kind of magic trick did you do?
Well, I got one for you today that I actually learned from the Magic Castle.
Oh, really? Yeah. Time to do it? How long does it take?
Let's see.
We got about 2 minutes.
2 minutes?
Yeah.
Okay.
We got a minute and a half.
Okay.
And by the time you get it, we'll have no time left.
You'll see my backside, which in some areas have been called one of my best.
And what kind of music did you play at these lounge acts? Was it more like the John Denver stuff? And
it was everything. It was back in the days where we had to do a little not ink spots, but the Mills Brothers. You had to do a little rock and roll. You had to do some of the disco music. It was
people would just yell out from the audience what they wanted to hear.
No.
You had an actual
we had a show
set
together.
Yeah,
which was forged the same way you would do this. You don't make these all. You make them different shapes, but you give it some conscious thought about what you're going to make them, right?
Well, no, you pour those into a mold.
Yes,
the mint
square mold.
The mint probably is made with a mint.
You can make a coin. That's a pretty one there.
Oh,
that's
the locomotive right there.
Product.
Yeah.
Ah, yeah.
So what you're saying is
this is a good one, folks. Yes,
that's a beauty. That's why they're selling like hotcakes.
I know product handling. See, you asked about the 200
that's
commercials.
That's very nicely done.
See,
yes.
You never go. This is a wonderful.
You have talented hands. Yeah. Well, listen, we got to take a break. So when we come back, I want to hear some of the music you played in those lounge acts. Okay. We'll be back with more old tales right after this.
Spring arrives at Boutique Elegante. The fabulous colors of spring, all in denim fabrics, but with accents on color, color, color. Of course, sweaters are a must. The newest color block in soft weaves. Influenced by the rainbow, beautiful little dresses, gaucho sets, the blending of fabrics to create caprice sets. Exquisite fashions for your tropical holiday, a special dinner, or the opera. You'll find all of this and so much more at Boutique Elegante.
Deluxe Travel has been serving the Northern Nevada business and leisure traveler for over 30 years. Make 2014 the year Deluxe Travel meets your travel needs. Don't be fooled that you can find better deals on internet travel sites. Deluxe Travel will always get the best prices and provide the personal service you deserve. Let Deluxe Travel send you on your travel destinations today. Deluxe Travel, the official travel agency for Old Tales in Nevada and most Reno businesses. Have a great trip.
At Harry's Quality Cars, the 500 vehicles in stock speak for themselves.
Most of us have one owner car fax reports.
We all have warranties. I have very low mileage.
I'm the prettiest car in stock.
I'm muscle bound and ready for the hills.
Harry's Quality Cars, local and family owned for over 40 years on Kitski and Gentry and on South Virginia Street. Harry's cars really do speak for themselves.
Drive one of us home today!
Fun, fashionable furs. Epitome of glamour for decades. Designer lines for women and men. Only the best will do. William Furs is the ultimate shopping experience for Reno, with furs, accessories, and great gift ideas. Winter is here. Enjoy savings of 20 to 50% off. Treat yourself or your loved ones and choose from thousands of pieces in our beautiful new inventory. William Furs, a full-service fur salon since 1977.
That is the dueling banjo.
Yes, it is.
On one banjo.
On one.
How do you do that?
It's the fingers and the intelligence.
You must be multi-talented.
I am. My mother tells me so all the time.
But you probably had those kinds of requests, right, on these lounge acts?
Always.
Now, let me ask you, did you ever play the big stage? Did you ever get on, Harrah's big stage?
I was actually up at what was is now the rock and roll casino up there.
Hard Rock Cafe. Hard Rock Cafe, which in the old days
hotel.
was.
Yeah, that's on the exact same spot that Elvis performed.
I stayed in the Elvis suite up there. I want
did?
you to know. Yes, I did. Yeah. It was a perk I got. It was from the radio station I used to manage. And the PR director knew it was our anniversary, so he says, come on up to the hotel. And he gave us the Elvis suite. And it was amazing.
Did you feel his presence?
I did. It was all these weird colors. A big bar, a big hot tub and all. But it took up almost the whole floor. It was an amazing piece of real estate that he had up there. And he used to play up there, of course. And
did you have any rich dreams in there?
Yes, I did. It was very romantic, like you would say.
That's what you like to hear. Yeah.
It's unforgettable, really. It was a great experience. Yeah. So you used to play up there.
Yeah, I used to play.
Horizon was what they called it.
Yes. The Horizon. I played Harvey's a dozen times.
Were you ever a headliner? You had your own show.
Basically, Harold's Club. Yeah, I had my own show.
Did you play at Harold's Club?
Yeah. At
Riverside too.
Riverside.
Was it
sporadically.
Yeah. Now you had some people that were in those lounge acts that went on to some big careers. Right? Do you remember some of those?
It was actually conversely. you get people who had just finished, a run, like usually a 10-year run in Hollywood is big.
That's a big deal.
That's a big deal, because the society changes, everything changes, and this was a wonderful place, to come up and hang loose.
Well, I'm thinking like Paul Revere and the Raiders. Didn't they start as a lounge
Paul
act?
was great,
and they became huge, right?
Actually, that's actually backwards again.
Oh, it's backwards.
Yeah.
Oh.
He was big in the 60s and the 70s with Dick Clark's TV show, where the action is and everything, and he had his big hits, and
then they went down to the lounge acts, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But he still was he was like the George Burns of rock and roll.
Yeah.
Funny guy.
Now, are they doing any lounge acts in Reno now? I don't think so. Are they?
It's
Peppermill or anybody doing that kind of thing?
No,
they're not.
It's gone.
It's gone.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, and I think that's a mistake myself.
I think so too. And what's worse is that the tourists who come to Reno, and frankly people from other places tend to get Reno and Las Vegas confused. They feel like we're right next to each other.
I think like we're the next door neighbor.
But they still expect the entertainment factor.
Yeah, well, it would certainly help downtown, don't you think? The El Dorado is trying. They bring in these reviews and kind of these ensemble groups.
Oh, beautiful theater they have down
beautiful
there.
Theater there. Oh, yeah. But it would be neat to have some headliners come in. Grand Sierra's got a beautiful ballroom. We know that from the old MGM days.
Yeah.
And they just sit there empty.
I don't know why they don't draw any more entertainers anymore, but they sure used to.
Yeah. And to me, that's part of our history. We were talking about the Comstock and the lounge acts, but it's still...
It's the one thing that the Indian casinos don't have.
Right.
They hire like a local group once in a while to play in their little bar lounge.
Yeah.
And usually they're god awful, but they draw their friends in there and stuff, things like that.
Yeah.
And for the dollar amount that you're paying for for that kind of entertainment, it's entry level pricing.
Yeah, for sure.
And that doesn't cost you anything.
Yeah. Well, Jackpot. Well, you're talking about Jackpot. If you drive through Jackpot and you stay at that big hotel there, they have headliners all the time.
Oh yeah,
that's how they get people down from Idaho still.
Yeah,
to fill that hotel, and it's busy on a weekend. Let me tell you,
it used to be when I got there. It was still the little refuge for people that used to be on the Lawrence Welk show.
Oh yeah. Oh, no kidding.
And even. Yeah, and people, Lawrence Welk show has still been on PBS.
Well, it's on PBS all the time, sure. Yeah. So the McGuire sisters and, not the Lennon sisters used to play there. Yeah. All those guys used to go up to Jackpot, huh?
Oh,
now you go by there and I notice it's a lot of country western.
That's okay.
Singers, which would be appropriate.
Sure.
For that part of the country.
It's really grown up after the past 30 years out there. There really wasn't much there 40 years ago.
Oh, yeah.
So did you get your magic act put together for us so we could see what you do? You going to pull a rabbit out of the hat here or something? Or what?
No, actually, I've got it right here, and there's silver rings, which is a wonderful segue for one of Hugh Roy's silver pieces.
There you go. All right. Well, you want to get that now? Okay.
Yeah.
So this is Larry Elliott. Well, you've done not only music, but you do magic, but you also do impersonations as well.
Yes.
You do a lot of that kind of stuff.
Yes. I call them parodies.
Parodies.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
To get you off the hook.
Well, once again, see, I had a singing telegram company here for about 15 years.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. And so Elvis would come out for your birthday at an affordable price.
Why don't you still do that?
Things changed a bit.
Really?
The economy changed. People's concept of it kind of changed.
Really?
Yeah, it was kind of a sad thing, but
it would still be kind of fun to do something like that.
It still is. I did one for Intuit over in the industrial area,
right?
And what it was a birthday party for one of the managers, and then she just spread it for an hour. We went to all the cubicles where they're making all the telephone calls, and they loved it.
Oh yeah,
they just thought it was just.
I would think that would be fun.
It was.
Yeah. So you did that, and but magic was part of your shtick.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see one.
Okay.
Is this okay? There you go. This is the amazing.
Rings.
Elliott.
Da, da,
The amazing
da, da.
Elliott. Yeah.
Cesar put some music in there. The amazing and wondrous linking rings, solid bands of steel that.
Oh,
Look at
look
that.
at that.
Together.
Goodness,
Really?
how do you do that?
Is that what that slit is for in the...
See, he is an inquiring mind that needs to know, and I'm going to show you in just a minute how this is done.
Oh, look at that. Pretty clever.
That's real magic.
Yeah.
It spins and turns and twirls and becomes.
Wow.
Look at that.
That's pretty amazing.
Now the ring can even fly. Ta-da!
Ta-da!
Now John's been wondering, how does he do this? I'm going to show you.
You're going to
John.
show me.
Watch closely. Now it's very, very simple. The solid ring merely passes through the hole that I had implanted in my wrist when I had the Botox done in Hollywood.
I love it. I love it.
Now speaking of movie stars, my favorite movie star. Ta-da! Mickey Mouse.
Oh.
And Hillary Clinton. See the eyebrows.
Very good.
Oh, we wish Hillary all the best, you know.
Yeah. Can you make the Olympic rings out of that? You don't have enough of them.
Oh, no.
You can only get halfway
no,
there.
I don't. No, I don't. Now, everybody knows there has to be a hole in the ring.
Has to be. There has to be.
Of course there is. It's right in the middle. Ta-da!
Oh, yeah. That's a big ring in there.
Way to go. That's very good.
Bravo, bravo,
So-
bravo. Thank you, thank you.
So you had a whole repertoire of magic acts, card acts, and rings.
Cut the Woman in
and-
Three. I've still got that one.
Oh, okay. Did
Now,
you
that
marry
might
all three of them?
Look good on your car dealership commercial.
Oh, it would.
We put that right in the middle of the lot.
It would sure help.
You know.
Yeah, it sure helps. We could do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we make some cars disappear.
Well,
You know,
it would
instead of
be
selling
a
them.
visual. You're talking about the cars. You pass by, and for 7 seconds we do the trick, and then you
Hey,
keep
I'm all
passing,
for it, man.
and they go, "Wait a minute, what was that?"
That would get their attention.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would like to do that. Yeah. So, and then give us an impersonation. Let me hear one of your John Denver. You're kind of looking like John Denver today.
Far out.
Of course,
Yes, sir.
he's assumed room temperature.
Actually, many years spent watching television. I do a little bit of Sean Connery in The Last Crusade.
Oh,
when he's taken his umbrella and scared the birds up into the sky and got the Nazi out of the sky, and he turns around to him. He says, "It was then I remember my Charlemagne. Let my eyes be the rocks in the trees and the birds in the sky."
Very good.
Sound like
That's not bad.
The main
That's
thing
not bad.
is to get that hiss of his false.
Yeah.
his
Now,
false-
he's Scottish, but you do a good Irish brogue as well.
Okay, doing lads, yeah, do. Oh, it's so good. It's oh, you know.
Get
That's
a
all
couple
you
whiskeys,
need.
it'll
You
sound
got a
better
little
and better.
Texas brogue there too. You got a little Texas brogue. You know.
Y'all gonna drink that water over there, or can I feed it to my horse?
Yeah, it's about the kind of
Yeah.
water that he would want to drink. So that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're multi-talented.
One more.
One more.
My favorite movie, Casablanca. Old Peter Lorre's he's running out and the bad guys are chasing him. Rick, you got to save me, Rick.
Yeah, those are good movies.
Yeah.
Oh, the best, isn't it?
Yeah. So you're never you can't be shy and be in your business, can you?
I was never shy anyway. First time I performed, I was 3.5 years old.
Really?
And it was at my grandfather's funeral, and they had a stage there, you know, and people were doing something, and somebody announced something, and I marched up there, and I did Pussycat, Pussycat.
Oh,
Where have you been?
Where you go?
And my mother just goes, I wonder where you learned that from.
That's great. Got to take another break. We'll be back with more of Larry Elliott, Roy Marshall, myself, John O'Brien, Old Tales, Nevada, as soon as we hear from these sponsors.
Hi there, I'm Roy Marshall of the Marshall Mint in Virginia City, Nevada. I'm proud to announce that our 7-ingot set honoring the V&T Railroad is now finished.
That's right, Roy. These beautiful 999 silver ingots celebrate the engines from the world-famous V&T Railroad and honor Nevada's sesquicentennial. These limited edition treasures can be purchased only at the Marshall Mint in Virginia City, Nevada.
Or visit us at marshallmint.com to get yours today.
Get the Charter Spectrum Triple Play. It's more than meets the eye. With over 200 free HD channels available, it's the most HD you can get. Instant access to over 10,000 on-demand movies and shows. Plus the Charter app for live TV. that jumps to mobile devices in any room. All that for $29.99 a month. Switch to Charter Spectrum Internet. Faster than the speed of WoW. Take off with 60 megs of speed. Bandwidth that lets multi-people multitask, stream movies, play games, watch videos, and share vines all at once. No slowdowns. Shazam! For only $29.99 a month. Just call 877-959-1634. Then pick up Charter Spectrum Voice for unlimited local and long-distance calling. And catch this. No drop calls. Stuck in a contract? Charter pays up to $500 to get you out. Charter Spectrum TV, Internet, and Voice, $29.99 a month each. Call 877-959-1634. See for yourself. Call Charter today.
Spring arrives at Boutique Elegante. The fabulous colors of spring, all in denim fabrics, but with accents on color, color, color. Of course, sweaters are a must. The newest color block in soft weaves. Influenced by the rainbow, beautiful little dresses, gaucho sets, the blending of fabrics to create caprice sets. Exquisite fashions for your tropical holiday, a special dinner, or the opera. You'll find all of this and so much more at Boutique Elegante.
Wise men say only fools rush in, but I can't help falling in love with you. Like a river flows surely to the sea, darling, so it goes. Some things weren't meant to be. Take my hand, take my whole life through. I can't help falling in love with you.
Right, way to go. Beautiful. Beautiful. And of course, that was
Elvis Presley.
Elvis Presley. And that was from the movie Blue Hawaii?
I
think it was.
Yes.
Yeah. And if it's wrong, somebody will tell us.
Nope.
But he sang a lot of songs like that. Hawaiian wedding song.
Oh,
song. Yeah. So you have all of that, huh? You have all that in your brain. I think people with musical backgrounds, they have that trigger in their brain that just allows them to remember lyrics. How do you do that?
I don't know. I first noticed it in about the second grade. The teacher said, "My God, you aren't even looking at the songbook like we used to. You sing.
You remember the lyrics.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
And then the following year, I did Elvis in the third grade. It was hilarious. I had flaming red hair, and I took mascara and made the sideburns.
Oh, okay.
Made a box, with a ruler stuck in it and string, twine string.
The beginning of the one-man band. So when you do Elvis and things like that, do you have the costumes?
Oh, yeah.
With it, you do?
Yeah.
Do you do concerts where you have exclusive Elvis music? If they request it, you could do that, I suppose.
Yeah, I've got the background stuff, but my real forte is the one-on-one, like small groups.
Yeah, small groups, yeah. Now, are there a lot of people like you out there doing that kind of thing with these musical...
Well, John, you know what? Back when I disappeared in 1977, there was only 37 Elvis impersonators.
Only 37.
Today, there are 493,922. That means by the year 2018, 1 out of 3 people will be an Elvis impersonator. You know what I mean?
Really? But down in Vegas especially, right?
Oh, God, yeah.
They're all down there. But, the kind of thing that you do for clubs and for special events, there probably aren't too many people doing what you can do right now.
Boy, you think that. And please call in.
Yes. What is your website, by the way, if we want to make reservations?
SpecialEventsMan.com.
Okay, very good. So what do you think about the musical industry in Nevada? It seems like it's going strong down the southern part of Nevada. Mm-hmm. The Strip is full of entertainers. But what about northern Nevada? What's the future look like for Nevada and Reno as far as entertainment goes that way?
Well, an awful lot of it has shifted to the arts.
Oh, the arts.
Like Art Town Downtown, Sierra
Yeah.
Arts Foundation and stuff.
Right.
They try to since we've had the influx of California people, in the last 15 years.
Yeah.
California people, they seem to have kind of a pre-dereliction for
pre-dereliction.
arts.
That's
Yes.
a word for you.
Is that a real word? I don't know. Hey,
Close
don't forget
enough.
this silver is available at his store. Okay.
Yeah, one thing I should tell you about this, though,
What is it?
this is a trapezoidal bar.
Uh-huh.
And all of the old-time bars were all trapezoidal because that's the way the molds were.
Yeah.
So they don't make them this way anymore.
Oh,
so
that's
only
right.
at the Marshall Mint can you get that.
Your trapezoidal bars.
There you go.
Yeah.
So anyway, Larry, you think that it's the arts foundations and groups that are going to continue to bring music to Northern Nevada? I mean, they are a part of it, but what about the casino owners? You probably are in touch with some of these PR guys at casinos and entertainment directors.
We have a saying that the entertainers get older, the entertainment directors never do.
They never leave, do they?
No.
Yeah.
It used to be in the old days that you played golf with one of the entertainment directors,
right.
and you lost.
Yeah.
So you had to pay $5
Harry
a
Spencer
hole.
was a guy like
yes.
that. Yeah.
You paid $5 a hole,
Yeah.
but it was money well spent because
You get a gig.
You get a gig for 5 years.
Isn't that
There you go.
amazing?
Yeah.
What's the longest you've ever played at a casino lounge?
Oh well, let's see. I worked 19 years at Fitzgerald's.
Really?
Yeah.
19 years at
19
Fitzgerald's?
years.
Wow. Is that what closed them down? Or?
No.
No, I'm only kidding.
I know.
You know that. We love you. But that's a long time in one place. Did you get benefits?
No, that's another thing. You better be putting into your IRA keyhole
That's right.
or collecting these little babies.
Yeah, next to broadcasting, I think being a musician is about itinerant as you can be as far as a career
That's
is
it.
concerned, right?
That's right. Are any of your clients from 3 years ago paying any benefits?
No, they're not.
There you go.
No, except for you, Roy. We love you, Roy, and he takes good care of us. So.
Of course he does. Of course he does.
But so you have to go out of town, I suppose, for a lot of your work, right? You were working Lefty O'Doul's over there in San Francisco at least, a year ago, 2 years ago? You were actually commuting. I don't know how you made that worthwhile, but...
Well, there was just something so charming about the place. It was the perfect location, and it was like the old feeling of the old lounges.
Right.
That you had. It was right in the middle of the hotel district, and so you had people coming from all the hotels.
Yeah.
They could drink all they want and just stagger back to the room and not to worry about any kind of police or anything.
Well, who is most hospitable towards the idea of music in the casinos right now? Who tries to do the most of it? Do you know?
Boy, that's a good question.
Is it El Dorado? I suppose they are the most consistent with their stage acts and things like
smaller versions of it,
Yeah,
like in the restaurant there, they have the piano bar.
Yeah, right.
The president of the union. You were asking about unions.
Yeah.
Paul January. He's in there with.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I keep thinking about the GSR, and if they are getting back to music, that's fantastic because that is a beautiful venue. If you haven't been in there, you can see from anywhere.
Oh, the main room, sure.
The main showroom there. I remember seeing Frank Sinatra in his later years there, and he did a fabulous job. And then Liza Minnelli was there. I saw her. So those kind of iconic entertainers would absolutely fill the room.
Put on a big show.
And
Hollywood had like hundreds of people.
Yeah, and people are paying big money to see these shows. You go down to Vegas. I went to a show. I didn't have to pay for it, thank God. But it was $275 per ticket.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Wow.
To see that show. It was one of those Cirque du Soleil things,
Well, see, that was the thing about that old Harrah's. It was a big lounge. Set
Harris,
right in the middle, downtown
Sammy
Reno.
Davis,
You set right in the middle there. You could see B.B. King for a two drink minimum.
Isn't that something?
And in those days, a drink was $2.50.
Yeah. Well, I guess the most expensive part in those days was tipping the maitre d', so you get a good ticket. Remember those days?
Oh,
you had to go like to the Nugget if you wanted to go to the Nugget showroom, and they had a lot of entertainers back in those days when I first came to town. It wasn't a matter of getting in wasn't expensive. It was tipping the maitre d' to get a good seat.
Oh, yeah.
Otherwise, you'd be up there on the balcony somewhere.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but they did away with that, too.
Yep.
Whether you like it or not, I don't know. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I mean, I guess you can go from the viewpoint that, as I tell friends of mine in the entertainment field, we call each other up and see if it's any better for them, or us, and it usually isn't. And,
really, how's business? Terrible. Oh,
yeah, and so we all just say, well, it's a new day. After the 08, everything changed.
Yeah. Now, do you find young folks trying to do what you do? I mean, is there individual entertainers, like a John Denver or some of these folks you might see on The Voice? Are they in Reno trying to get their start in the music business like that?
Yes. One of the girls on The Voice, I do Santa Claus every year at the Summit, and she's been singing singing there, for the big fireworks display. And stuff.
Oh, I see.
And so basically, they're hanging on. Even if you get first, second, or third prize in one of those competitions, it's still a gigantic struggle.
Yeah. So where do you go nowadays if you want to be a singer? Where do you go to get your start? And is it Branson, Missouri? Is it, where do you have to go to certain cities? Is it still Memphis and those kind of places?
It's still the thing where you try to get an agent to get you out on the road and to get you happening. And the road is not any more kind.
The road is rocky.
Yeah, the road is rocky.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. What about San Francisco? Those kind of areas, are they good for clubs and things like that?
You once again you move to like discotheques and smaller lounges.
Yeah. So that's a traveling man's career nowadays. You have to have your suitcase packed and ready to go.
Yes, and
but we're gonna keep Larry in Virginia City.
Yeah, we got to keep you there for the camel race. Do you want to see Larry? Where you're playing? Tell us where you're at right now. Camel races, we know you do that in August, but you're always up in Virginia City playing somewhere, aren't you?
No, sometimes yes, sometimes no.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's in and out.
It's in and out. I mean,
what are you doing now? Are you idle now? Are you in idle?
I'm always open for a deal.
Okay, real quickly, tell us how we get a hold of you for all the things that you do.
SpecialEventsMan.com. 775-359-4595. My cell number is easy to remember. 250-4999.
Okay.
Marked down from $50.
Okay,
there you go.
$49.95. Very good. So anyway, you're a great. You're almost like an icon here in Northern Nevada. I know people when we show you on the show that people have seen you one place or another. I see on the old Italian festival commercial for the El Dorado.
Forever.
How old is that, Larry?
that one's at least 6 years old, and the saying goes is that they'll be using that commercial 2 years after I'm dead.
Yeah. We're out of time, so we got to say goodbye to you and to you, Roy. And
another good Nevada
we want to
day.
thank the audience for being with us today. Hope you enjoyed the show.
Fun stuff.
For you, Roy, for Larry, Elliott, myself, John O'Brien, we want to say goodbye for this week and invite you back next week for another episode of Old Tales in Nevada. In the meantime, have a great Nevada day. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Old Tales in Nevada, past and present. This week we got a great